Hey folks, welcome back to the channel. You got Mr. and Mrs. Druid here.
Howdy, howdy, welcome back.
Alright, so it's been a little while since we have played because we did a whole bunch of bulk recording and then we had to go on a little trip and then there was like a vacation in there, and so it's been a minute. So we don't quite remember exactly what we're doing. I do remember that last we left off we had like been chased and hunted down for a few episodes. We found out the truth that we are not the human from the legend, even though that human is, like, the legend is real and legit. We aren't the one that was cursed by Ninetales, but there is a carnivore involved, so it's interesting.
Well, the truth will set you free.
And that's what they say.
That's what they say.
It do be like that, so
yeah.
let's see what we got going on. Nothing in the mailbox. We'll go hit up town real quick. See what folks got going on. Let's see.
Yeah, their team.
Oh, we have to go save Alakazam's team.
That's right.
Yeah, I remember now. Okay, well, let's see what we got going on.
Woo-hoo.
I can't remember if we could actually go save their team yet, or if it was like, oh man, their team's trapped. You know, somebody should go save them.
Nudge, nudge, wink, wink.
Let's see. Yeah, I don't think we can quite do it yet. So let's just do this. We're gonna go, I think, quickly knock out a dungeon. Let's do that. Just get some jobs here done here. Sonic Chasm. Why not?
Let's do it.
Take the squad.
Let's go.
Mr. Druid, how you been?
I've been pretty good. Can't complain in this moment. I just had a nap, so I feel better.
I feel that. Oh, man.
Nothing like a nap to help you feel better.
It you know what? It do be like that. A good nap can sometimes just, you know, really seal the deal.
Help reset things.
It does. So I'm so curious. I can't, you know, I haven't played this game since I was literally a child. So I don't really remember like any of the story or like what's going on or where we're like headed. I'm curious how close we are to the end, because I mean this will be episode, I think episode 15. I think that's what this is going to end up being, which is, whoa, Rat-a-tat, what are you doing over there? Cut it out. You stop that. Which is, you know, crazy. I didn't think we'd end up, you know, I'll just be honest, I didn't think that I would have the, like, discipline to, like, follow through and do that many episodes.
Look at you.
I do struggle, you know, with some of my own self-doubt and that kind of stuff on things like this, and sometimes just kind of self-sabotage a little bit, like most humans do. But we've seen it through, and I think it's been very much in part to doing this together with Mrs. Druid. This has been a lot of fun for me. This would be kind of like a unique take on kind of a cooperative thing. Backseat gaming has been a kind of a bit of a cornerstone of our relationship.
Definitely.
So, you know, I definitely think that's played a lot into it. So I'm excited to see, you know, how much more of this series we have, and then kind of what's going to come next. I know we've talked a little bit about wanting to do some different series after this. I have some different ideas, both in the same realm as what we're doing here, and maybe branching out a little bit.
Yeah.
So it's fun.
Sounds like a plan to me. I remember, like, oh my gosh, like our first year of like marriage, so much backseat gaming.
So much backseat.
We did like all, I think we did all 3 BioShock games.
We did all 3 BioShock games. Yep.
Then we did Mass Effect. We did Biohazard.
Well, we never did Mass Effect. We started it, but we didn't like finish it. But who knows? Maybe in the future that might be something that might become.
That's true. We did 2 Resident Evils.
We did 2 Resident Evils. We did Dead Space.
Yes.
But yeah, the Resident Evils. Sorry, I realized you were saying the titles.
Your Village and Biohazard.
Yep.
That's the one that like actually made me scream out loud from like a jump scare. I don't. You had never heard me like actually scream in terror before. until that one jump scene with the bomb from Biohazard. If you know, you know.
If you know, you know. Yeah, me and Mrs. Druid have been together for 7 or 8 years at this point.
Holy cow.
And I had never heard Mrs. Druid scream at that point, and it was like, you know, if you have a significant other and you ever hear them actually like scream in terror, it's a horrible feeling, and you're like, oh my god, what's wrong? You know, so it was spooky.
It was.
But it was such a good game.
It was really great though. Like, I loved it.
Had us on the edge of our seat.
Almost peed my pants.
Oh, same though. Let's see. We did all 3 of the Dragon Age games.
Oh my gosh.
One of my favorite. That's one of those series that I really wish we had been doing this at that time.
Yeah, the recording.
Because I was a lot of times the games that we have done together as like backseat games are games that either I played growing up. For some context, I'll be 30 here in a couple months. So I've experienced kind of a huge multitude of gaming. So it's either games that I experienced growing up, or it's games that I have played like as an adult and know pretty well. Very few games that we've played together have been games that I don't really know. So it's really been Mrs. Drew getting to kind of blindly experience these games and me getting to share a bit of a passion of mine. Dragon Age was one of those series. I love the BioWare games. Dragon Age, Mass Effect, Knights of the Old Republic. Some of my absolute favorite games.
Man.
And getting to like go with Mrs. Druid on those adventures. And if you've ever played those games, you know how intricately woven they are. They're like one of the only games where there's actual like continuation and effects and consequences from game to game. Like it feels like one real world.
That's what was so cool.
And getting to like, let her make a lot of the decisions on like, what do we do in this scenario? Do we save this person? Do we kill this person? Do we have a romance with this person? And just getting to see those stories play out over the course of 3 games was just a pleasure, and I loved every second of it. I really wish we had been doing this at that time.
And if you know, at the end of Inquisition, there's that huge
spoiler alert, but this game is also like a decade plus old, so if you don't know it now,
it's on you.
It's on you. Yeah, let's be real.
Just like the twist at the end with the what was it, the Dreadwolf?
Yeah.
Just my jaw was on the floor. I was shooketh, as the kids say.
For some context, I've played Mass Effect and Dragon Age through many times. Many times. Dragon Age or Mass Effect is my favorite game series of all time. And Dragon Age is very close behind that. So I knew the story. I knew it was coming. And I may or may not have played as a female elf and romanced a certain male elf and got to see the heartbreak that ensued with that. And Mrs. Druid was like, "What are you doing to me?"
I was distraught.
Everything, the ceiling is falling, what the heck's going on? It was great.
Ugh.
So good.
Yeah. So I think those are some of my favorite memories, is those backseat games and stuff.
Yeah. It's a lot of fun. If you are whether it's a relationship that you're in, whether it's just some good friend that you have, I highly, highly recommend taking some time to game together, in this kind of capacity. Myself and Toasty, one of our dearest friends, he's part of this whole Gamers Table collaborative thing we have going on here. He and I, we spend a lot of time gaming together during the week. We were actually gaming together last night. At the time of this recording, and we were talking about, there's a report that had just come out, basically talking about the state of gaming over the last year, and what was found was that it was the 60% of games played over the last year, or no, maybe it's 80%, something like that. A huge percentage of games played over the last year are 6 or more years old, most of them being almost 10 years old. And what was found was it was mostly games, the top games are what you expect. It was Fortnite, Call of Duty, Apex, games of that kind of nature. And specifically that it was pretty much all free-to-play multiplayer games that, you know, people can play that haven't really changed, microtransactional stuff. And just talking about how, like single-player games really aren't experienced that much anymore. And games that come out with a multiplayer are often either not done very well because of how quickly rushed they are, or they're pretty broken upon release, or because they don't have this like dynamic splash immediately upon release, they're abandoned by game, you know, publishers and stuff. And he and I were just talking about, like, man, it's so sad. Like, we grew up in the day and age of, hey, let's all bring over our, you know, TVs and Xboxes to one another's house, and we're gonna all hook up with a LAN cable and play, you know, Halo 2, or play Halo split screen, or play Smash Brothers, or whatever. Like, there was just this kind of, like, community to that type of gaming. And don't get me wrong, like, I am a huge perpetrator of exactly what I just talked about being sad. The majority of the week, you'll find myself and my group of friends playing something like... Ooh, somebody's dying. Weedle, come on, bro.
The second time.
Brother, quit running off by yourself. Oh, he's gonna die again. Weedle.
My guy.
Sorry, Weedle. You're just... You're not joining the squad.
He's using up all our reviver seeds.
You picked a fight with the Beedrill. It's kind of on you.
It's on you.
Anyways, you know, you'll find me playing Apex or something like that because that's just what my friends like to play, and I like spending time with my friends. So
yeah,
the reason I'm saying all of this is there's something special to sitting down and just enjoying the story together. I think it builds like a sense of community, and it builds a sense of I don't know, there's just a joy behind like sharing in that kind of experience with another. Especially if it's like you're sharing it with someone who's never got to experience it before, and you're kind of getting to like, hey, here's something that really matters to me, or that I found a lot of joy in, or whatever. I hope it does the same for you.
Just like being present in that moment, you know, and enjoying it with them, I think just speaks volumes, you know? I remember the first time, like, we went through, like, the Harry Potter movies, and you had, like, really never seen them, and I was like, no, like, I mean, trust me, the books are better, but, like, the movies are, like, a lot of fun, and I think you're really gonna like them.
Yep.
And, yeah.
I was a little familiar with Harry Potter. Like, I had read up through the Order of the Phoenix as a kid, but then I didn't read anymore, and I was also a kid. Like, I was like 7 or 8 when I last read a book. I'd only seen like the first 2 or 3 movies when I was a kid. So same deal, like getting to experience this world that my wife really enjoys, and getting to just like dive into that and see the joy that she has in this medium was so much fun for me.
I think a better example is we watched recently the Percy Jackson series, and that was so near. The books were so near and dear to me as a kid. Like, I read all the Percy Jackson books, the whole series afterwards with, like, the Romans, and then they, like, do a tag team thing, and then there's, like, the Egyptian series, like, oh my god. But, like, you had never read the books,
I had zero experience with
Percy Jackson. You hadn't watched that god-awful movie that came out years ago, which I will say, by itself, is fine. Like, it's a pretty decent movie. It's just, if you read the books, you're like, man, this is the biggest disappointment of my life. But if you've never read the books, then you're like, it's a pretty good movie.
It's probably similar to like the Halo series that's out right now. So if you have zero context to Halo, you're probably like, oh, this is pretty cool sci-fi. If you know about Halo and like its story, so you're probably like, why would they do this?
Right. And so yeah, we watched Percy Jackson, and you're like, this is really good.
It was so cool.
Like, and so I was like, I know, it's awesome. And so now he has the book in his backpack, and he needs to read the first book.
Yeah.
So
I've started reading a little bit of it here and there when I've got some spare time, like on a break at work or over lunch or something like that.
So that's probably really a better example. Clunk.
So I bring all that up to say, I think first and foremost, our goal with this channel is not to get like I'm not like, oh man, you know, I can't wait to get like YouTube famous and get to quit my job and whatever else, right? Like that's a pipe dream. If something like that ever happens, fantastic. If not the plan, right? But I definitely feel like this is a way that both we can capture and have something to go back to of like of us experiencing something together, but also with our friends and people we don't know. It's been so cool. We've gotten a chance to, as we've uploaded these videos and various things, yeah, there's been like, oh my gosh. There's some videos, some videos we get like 50 views or something like that. It's kind of been like a bit of our average.
And even still, I'm like, wow, 50 people watch what we did.
Exactly, right? I'm like 50 people actually like care to watch this. Oh, that's right. I forgot. Why Not Wobbuffet showed up at the end of the last episode. We're like, yo, we need some help. And we were like, we'll meet you over the bulletin board. And we totally forgot.
I'm trying to remember what voices we used for them.
Oh, I don't remember at all.
Let's see. There was a job posted on the bulletin board that said, punish bad Mankey. Did you two put up that job?
Yep.
Wobbuffet.
Yeah, that's what we did.
The bad Mankey King is going wild in the forest. Everyone is upset.
Wobbuffet.
We don't know why they rampaged around, but they're always angry and attack anyone they see.
Wobbuffet.
Oh no, that is a problem. Druid, we should go.
Yeah.
DQ, we're counting on you.
Wobbuffet. The place where the Mankey gang is wreaking havoc on others. The Mankey gang! I just mentioned pulling up and you got a bunch of like Mankeys leaned up against a car, like one of them's like smoking a cigarette. They're like, yo, what you doing on our turf?
Like motorcycles and leather jackets.
Exactly.
What is this, grease?
Uproar Forest. And they're exactly like a bunch of greasers. Oh my gosh, that's so funny.
Also, Pokemon Company, if you're ever watching this is our audition to be voice actors for just Wobbuffet.
Just Wobbuffet. That's the only talent that I have. Oh man. But anyways, I was saying, so some videos we get like 50 views or whatever, and a couple here we get like 20 or so, and like randomly then like it's like every like 3-4 videos we'll get like 400 views, and I'm like,
again,
how, I don't even know what we're like. I'm not doing anything different or special on them, but whatever. But I think for us, the biggest thing with this is we want to just share something that is special to us with other people.
Yeah.
And hopefully meet other people that it's special to them.
Yeah.
And
build a community along the way.
And help people realize that there is something special about finding commonality with one another, and just like a dinner table, right? Being able to like come and sit down and just have a family moment, just be together, and it's just something special about it. So
you're talking about like bringing like all your TVs and games together and playing, Halo, or what were you? What game were you talking about?
Well, hang on, I'm dying. Hold up a minute. Hold up a minute. I'm gonna get bodied by a minute now. Let's really
not
disrespectful. So I was talking about specifically like old school like Halo. So it was like when you're like kids, right? You like CRTV and thing. But what were you referring to?
I was just thinking about. Well, I didn't play Halo growing up. We were big fans of Just Dance. And like my friends and we would all come over and get in front of our giant CRTV with Wii remotes in our hands, and we'd play Just Dance, we're talking like, at least like 10 years ago.
That's so funny.
Yeah. And so like we all had like our version of that. And so, I don't know. It's special. And then, like, I have also some pretty vivid. Oh my goodness, what the heck is happening?
Whoa!
Excuse you?
Chikorita just got one shot. What the crap?
I didn't like that.
Weird.
Razor Leaf, this bad boy. Sorry, we're just yakking away.
Yeah, it's like, I probably should pay a little more attention.
Sorry, just having a good time.
Just having a good time, Nuzleaf. Come on. Fun fact.
Okay.
Do you know where the name Nuzlocke comes from?
Are you asking me?
Yes.
Does it come from Nuzleaf?
In part, yes. So, for those who don't know,
I have no idea.
there is like a fan-made, self-imposed rule set for Pokemon called a Nuzlocke. For those who do know, you know what I'm talking about. For those who don't, a Nuzlocke is just a way that people can play Pokemon. They kind of change it up. Like, you know that, like, typical Pokemon is kind of, like, it's been the same for a very long time, with very few exceptions. Which is great. I mean, I love Pokemon, but it can be a little stale at times, and sometimes you want to spice it up. You want to make it a little bit more challenging, or make it just a little bit, you know, different.
Play the game differently.
Play it differently, right? So one of the ways you can do that is called a Nuzlocke. And so a Nuzlocke is a set of self-imposed rules that their job is to, like, make the game more interesting, a little bit more difficult, you know, that whole shebang. And so what a Nuzlocke is it effectively has the same set of rules. There are various different versions, but almost all of them have the same rule set that you have to capture the first Pokemon on a route that you find.
Yep.
You have to nickname every Pokemon that you find.
So you get attached to them.
So that there's a level of attachment, yes. And because when a Pokemon faints, like, it's dead forever. Like, typically, if you've ever played Pokemon, like a mainline game, you know that when a Pokemon faints, you can just either use a revive, or you can go to, you know, a Pokemon Center, talk to Nurse Joy, and boom, you get back into business. A Nuzlocke don't work like that. When you die, you die. And they're gone forever.
Bye.
And it's real sad. And so a Nuzlocke is all that, and then there's other things, like other rules depending on what type of Nuzlocke you're playing.
It really makes you think harder about, like, the decisions you make.
Yep. It makes it more difficult. It makes it a little bit more strategic. It gives you a chance to use some Pokemon that maybe you normally wouldn't otherwise have used, because, like, if you run, like, say you're playing Pokemon Diamond, right, and you run in a route, you run into a Bidoof. Most of the time, people are going to be like, yep, Bidoof's going home. I'm not using him. Going straight PC. Well, if you're playing a Nuzlocke, that route, he's the only push you've got.
So he's coming along.
You never really. You might. So the Pokemon Psyduck, actually. So I like Psyduck for a multitude of reasons, but one of the reasons I originally fell in love with Psyduck was because I was playing Nuzlocke, and it was what I ran into, and I was like, freaking, I don't want a Psyduck. Psyduck's terrible. It's just a little water duck, whatever, right? Psyduck became the MVP of my game. I fell in love with Psyduck because he was just a goofy little guy, and he was real strong by the end of everything, and it was so cool, right? And otherwise, I never would have used him. And then there's other reasons, like I get migraines. Psyduck has migraines, and it's just fun. But
too real.
That's the whole deal, right? Oh, hang on. They don't look like they're angry. They look like they're partying. Hey, what is it you? Wait.
Huh? What?
We don't like to brag or nothing, but we get furious real easy. You know that? What really irritates us is when we see a dim-witted face. Hey! Look at that stupid face.
I can't.
It's ticking me off. I'm seeing red. Nah, get up, it's frenzy time.
Holy
roll up on a gang and they're like, hey, look at that guy's stupid face. Let's go punch him. That is so funny.
Well,
it do be like that sometimes.
Okay.
Oh, I'm confused.
Aren't we all?
So while we're getting punched by a bunch of Mankeys here,
so why is it called Nuzlocke?
Bruh, quit it right now.
Just getting started.
Probably gonna pay for this. Oh, that was a terrible move.
Oh,
okay.
No.
That was literally as worse as that could have gone.
Oh no.
I one hit my teammate. Being confused is the worst. Hey, can somebody use a berry on me? No? Okay. Cool. That's fine. Don't worry, guys. We're back to life. Again.
Everyone's just like behind you.
Okay, so I was saying, Nuzlocke. The original person who made a Nuzlocke, it was named after the guy who played Pokemon Emerald and only used a Nuzleaf. And he named it Locke after John Locke from Lost. And so the term Nuzlocke was coined from that. John Locke, if you guys don't know the TV show Lost, he was like one of the main characters. He was like a sort of a good guy, sort of a bad guy. Nobody ever really knew. It was kind of crazy.
The more you know.
That was That's a really long way for me to say that it was a Nuzleaf named Locke after a guy named from a TV show. You got us.
All right, there you go. That's it. That's it, folks.
And that's all, folks. Apparently, we want Nuzleaf to join. Yes, we want Nuzleaf to join.
Dun, 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 dun,
I do like me some Nuzleaf. He evolves into Shiftry.
Oh, that's right.
Eradicate was on the team.
I feel very stressed out looking at Raticate's teeth. I don't like that they're touching like that.
The chompas.
I don't like that.
Yeah, my sensory overload is like, ugh.
Well, like we promised, we showed the Mankey gang they shouldn't monkey around.
Mankey around.
That should teach them not to be so wild.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you for everything, really.
Wow, Buffett.
Yes, we're filled with gratitude. This is our thanks.
He's just a happy little guy.
This appeal chestnut?
Yes, it's a peeled chestnut. You see, we don't have any money.
Wow, Buffett.
So we can only bring you a chestnut as our reward. Are you unhappy?
No, we're not upset. I mean, peeled chestnuts are tasty. I love them. Somebody would have been nice though, but...
Hey, you! Uh-oh.
Uh-oh. Oh no, the Mankey gang!
Oh, wow, Buffett.
That Mankey gang? Did they chase us here to get us back?
That's right, you! Oh, you got lucky. You don't mess with us. We're not gonna lose this time. We'll pulverize you. Crush them! Whoa, look at that. Chestnut. It is. It's a peeled chestnut. Oh, yeah.
What?
Hey, guys. Look, listen. I think we should get that chestnut.
What are they doing?
What's going on here? What is that?
They look like they're having a discussion.
Ah, Buffett.
What is going on?
Listen. Yo, you got something we want. Peeled chestnut you have. Can we have it? We love peeled chestnuts.
Look at his eyes.
Like we love them so much we can't think of a life without chestnuts.
Can't you just get chestnuts by yourselves?
You know, chestnuts have that spiky shell. Trying to peel that spiky shell, it hurts. And we end up losing our dippers. That's why we're asking. Give us that peeled chestnut. We'll do anything.
Druid, what do you think? Should we give our peeled chestnut to the Mankey gang?
No. Sure.
I know. Listen, Mankey gang, how are you with physical labor?
Physical labor? You mean muscle work? We have muscles, but we don't like work. But if it's for that peeled chestnut...
Okay, well, this is what we'll do. You see, we want to make this rescue team base more impressive.
Rescue team base?
That's right, our rescue team base. If you would help us with the building of our rescue team base, we could give you this peeled chestnut. How does that sound?
Alright guys, what do you think? That's a pretty good deal. What's what you think? Alright, we'll help.
Really? You'll help us?
Yeah, leave it to us. We'll carry out the material and get the place built double quick. In return, hand over that peeled chestnut.
Me too. I'll do.
Caterpie's just the best.
I'll spin silk for gluing things together. Well, I'll help too.
Wow, Buffett!
I felt bad because we only had a peeled chestnut for your reward.
Wow, Buffett!
Thanks, everyone.
Okay, let's get on the move. Wait, that's not what I said. Sometimes I have dyslexia. Okay. All right. Throwing up gang signs and everything.
Oh
Wow.
my gosh. And so, construction work began on the rescue team base of Druid's team, the Gamers. Several days later.
Yo!
Whoa! Whew. Our base is coming along quickly.
Wobba Fett.
We owe everyone for this.
Wobba Fett.
But there's still lots to do. We can't slow down now.
Wobba Fett.
Mm-hmm. Just a little further. Keep up the good work, Mankey. What? Look! Over there! Oh.
The little guys are tuckered out.
Oh, what's the matter?
We need to keep working.
Don't wanna.
What?
This work too boring. I'd expect us to keep going. Yeah, that's right. I don't want to do this anymore. We might change our minds if you give us more peeled chestnuts.
What is this about?
We just can't be bothered. We need more chestnuts to motivate us.
We have a problem, Druid. I don't think the Mankey Gang will work unless we get them a peeled chestnut. I guess we'll have to give the Mankey Gang any peeled chestnuts that we find.
I guess that's fair. Well, folks, I guess that's where we're gonna wrap up today's episode.
Well, I guess we're gonna have to find some chestnuts.
I guess so. We got the literal greaser gang from Greece, like building us a new base and stuff.
I love the voice you're doing that for them.
Yeah, I'm just imagining like John Travolta, like full quiff going on, collar popped.
I can see that. And
Yeah.
they all have severe ADHD.
They have severe ADHD, and they're fixated on food. They're food motivated, like
They
me.
are chestnut motivated. You are food motivated.
All right, guys, have a good evening. We'll catch you next time. See ya.
Bye.